Hello, everyone. By now, most of us protesting the Trump 2.0 Make America Gag Again dive into the fetid swamp of authoritarianism and oligarchical rule are sufficiently alarmed and want to engage in a mass movement of protest. The hands-off and no kings massive protests were a solid start, but we are losing focus on alarming events that are occurring rapidly. There is a demonstration on July 17th with the theme Good Trouble Lives On. This demonstration was not well publicized. Many of my family members, friends, and individuals on Facebook kept asking me, when is the next demonstration? I didn't know until a week prior. The theme is an appropriate frame for a future demonstration, but it doesn't seem to me timely considering what has been occurring in Los Angeles. For example, the new terror campaign in Los Angeles began on June 6th, in which a small crowd of about 1,000 mostly peaceful protesters outside a Home Depot was met by 4,000 armed and masked National Guard soldiers and 700 Marines. This should chill us to the bone. This was just the opening salvo in a clearly designed plan to militarize the city and eventually the country. A month later, on July 7th, a swarm of heavily armed masked agents descended on MacArthur Park, again in the city of Los Angeles. The show of massive force that included supposed ICE agents, masked and mounted on horseback, moving across the open grass in formation, accompanied by armored vehicles on the street, military tanks, and a helicopter above, swept the park of children playing soccer and individuals enjoying the sunshine. There was absolutely no disturbances, no protests, no immigrant arrests, no legitimate reason to engage in such a performative, dramatic display of military power. When it was finished, Border Patrol Chief Gregory Bovino issued this warning, and this is a quote, "Better get used to us now, 'cause this is going to be normal very soon. We will go anywhere, anytime we want in Los Angeles." If that isn't alarming to you, then you aren't paying attention. Massive demonstrations are critical to counterbalance and repel this rise of authoritarianism and the militarization of our country. But a good trouble protest doesn't capture recent events that must be addressed in a timely fashion. The July 17th protest should be framed as no police state. Too late now, but the entire focus should have been on what we have witnessed occurring in Los Angeles and what is coming to your city in only blue states. I suggest that our next demonstration should be no police state, and it should be scheduled to occur soon. We delay at our own peril. Most of us by now are familiar with the 2011 research conclusion that it takes 3.5% of a country's total population to overthrow an authoritarian regime. The No Kings massive demonstration reached almost half that number. Professor Chenoweth, the principal researcher on this huge study, explained in April 2024 that this is not a one-and-done operation to be successful. It requires, and this is a direct quote, momentum, organization, strategic leadership, and sustainability. I fear we are beginning to lose these necessary elements by not being timely. When our cities are being militarized and the forces of immigration control are awarded a $150 billion budget in the big, stupid bill that just passed by Congress, an amount that exceeds most countries' entire budgets, we must be prepared for rapid responses to unfolding events. So here's what I suggest for the future to be successful in repelling Trump and his psychopathic enablers. First, demonstrations should be scheduled in a consistent fashion. Create a demonstration day, perhaps on the first Saturday of each month. That provides consistency and makes publication of these demonstrations efficient and widespread. Second, have a scheduled theme, a pithy frame for each scheduled demonstration. Examples might include no masks, no billionaires, or what I previously said, no police state. Third, organizers should be prepared to change the theme a week in advance if events warrant such timeliness. If adding an unscheduled demonstration seems warranted, do it. We need rapid response demonstrations that spread way beyond isolated locales. When the Los Angeles dragnet arrests of people standing outside Home Depot occurred in June and protesters amassed, this should have been the catalyst for nationwide demonstrations. This would have been the time for a no police state demonstration. Then when the MacArthur Park military stunt happened, this assuredly should have turned into a nationwide protest. Waiting weeks to organize a no police state demonstration delays the impact and thus lessens its effectiveness. Prepare to respond quickly to changing events. Fourth, if once a month doesn't seem to be enough as the Trumpian goons escalate their brazen campaign of repressive control and subjugation of American citizens and non-citizens alike, then make demonstration day every 2 weeks. Be responsive to events as they occur. Ultimately, we must increase our efforts. Reaching a 3.5% of our population or beyond to protest won't be easy, but we must not falter and backtrack below levels previously achieved. We must move forward, and we must move quickly. It's just off in the echo chamber.
Right.
Okay.
Let me see how.
That was a practice.
Yep.
Damn, that was my best shot. Now it's going to be downhill from here on.
Any teleprompter comments?
There was absolutely no disturbances, no protests, no immigrant arrests, no immigrant... blah, 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 blah.